there exists an ancient, almost mythical, and deeply hidden path, trodden by only a minuscule fraction of souls. It is a journey predestined by a soul contract, an archaic document penned before the very dawn of time, sealed by the sacred fire of creation. Yet, it is a path often disrupted and veiled by the illusions of the material world, constantly echoed by an inner, inexplicable longing for something more, for wholeness, and for reunification. If you are truly one half of a twin flame, your presence here on Earth is not primarily for the romantic experience of love as we commonly understand it. You are here for a much deeper, transformative process. To dissolve your old identity, to burn in the purifying fire of trials, and ultimately to be reborn, emerging as a truly whole and integrated being. However, before this sacred merging can occur, before the longed-for reunion with your other half can manifest, 3 fundamental, sacred trials await you. Each trial acts as a perfect mirror, reflecting your deepest fears and your highest potential. Each is a crucible in which the ego is transmuted into the pure essence of the soul. And only when you face these trials with courage, openness, and a willingness for profound transformation can you break the endless karmic spiral of repeating patterns and awaken to a divine, harmonious union that transcends all earthly comprehension. The first trial, losing yourself in the other and reclaiming your power. In the invisible yet immensely powerful magnetic field of the twin flame connection, the soul encounters a mirror so penetrating and profound that it can feel as though it's being engulfed by a divine, untamed tempest of emotions and energies. This is an encounter that shakes the very foundations of your existing reality. Many seekers, unprepared for such intensity, easily lose themselves in the dazzling yet treacherous emotional currents of their counterpart. Their lives shrink to constant observation of the other, to passive waiting for their reactions or signs, to an obsession with their every word and deed, often mistaking this scorching intensity for an unavoidable destiny or true love. The twin flame unwittingly becomes the sole focal point of their universe, and slowly, insidiously, their own authentic self fades, dissolving into the shadows of this fascination and dependence. This, however, is not union. It is a profound imbalance, carefully disguised as boundless devotion or fated love. The sacred, though often painful, lesson in this critical phase is the reconquest of your own identity and strength. You must urgently remember who you truly are without the presence of the other, independent of them. You must rediscover your unique essence, your inner rhythm, that inimitable frequency of your soul that defines you. Achieving emotional sovereignty, the ability to own your emotions and not be swayed by them, is by no means a rejection of love or a denial of the connection's depth. On the contrary, it is an absolutely essential foundation, a steadfast pillar upon which a true, healthy, and lasting union can be built. When your thoughts, daily routines, future plans, and above all, your emotions, incessantly and exclusively revolve around the behavior, moods, and decisions of the other, you are not truly in love in the purest sense. You are rather in a distortion, an illusion that diverts you from your own path. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, will never allow the sacred union of twin flames to be built upon such unstable, fragile foundations of dependency and self-loss. Only when you stand fully and unshakably in your own light, stable, deeply grounded in your truth, and internally complete, can you meet your twin flame as an equal, as two whole beings ready to share, not to complete each other from a place of lack. Your personal healing, your journey to wholeness, then itself becomes a powerful vibration that your twin flame can sense from afar, a silent yet irresistible echo calling them back to their own center, to their own healing. This is the greatest paradox of the twin flame journey. You must be fully prepared and willing to let the other go, to relinquish control and expectations, in order to truly and harmoniously align at the soul level. For wholeness irresistibly attracts wholeness, and the soul's deepest, primordial longing is not primarily for romantic partnership, but for the remembrance of unity, of its divine origin. The second trial, building a life aligned with your soul's plan. Before the final union is permitted by cosmic forces, each individual soul on Earth must fulfill its unique divine plan, its specific mission. This plan often takes the form of a concrete project, a deep inner calling, or a life mission that extends far beyond personal desires and selfish wishes, entering the sacred realm of service to others, the planet, or a higher principle. Whether it's consciously raising a new generation through your own child, establishing and running a healing practice that brings relief and healing to the suffering, or creating an inspirational movement that awakens and elevates the consciousness of others, this individual project becomes a sacred vessel for your inner light, a manifestation of your soul's essence in the material world. This act, this dedication to your own mission, is tangible proof that you are truly ready to live your deepest truth fully, authentically, and without excuses, without passively waiting for someone else, such as your twin flame, to come and complete the picture of your life for you. Being a so-called light worker, one who consciously works with light and energy for the good of all, is not just a fashionable label or an empty title. It is primarily a specific vibrational frequency, a state of being. It requires constant, deep, and often demanding inner work, which includes honest self-discovery, healing old wounds, transforming shadow aspects of the personality, and gradually mastering the universal laws of energy. It requires a heart capable of radiating the frequency of unified consciousness, compassion, and unconditional love. Being a light worker in practice means actively and consciously integrating experienced pain and suffering into profound wisdom, transforming old emotional wounds into infinite compassion for oneself and others, and transmuting inner confusion and uncertainty into crystalline clarity of vision and intention. This is not about striving for some illusory perfection, which is unattainable in human experience. It is primarily about being utterly authentic, fully activated in your potential, and in sacred, harmonious alignment with the divine plan predestined for your soul. Your unique project, your mission, thus becomes your most valuable gift to the world and simultaneously to the divine principle. This project firmly grounds you in the present moment, gives your life meaning and direction, and clearly shows the universe that you are no longer willing to postpone your destiny indefinitely. Many twin flames, yearning for connection, often wait for union to truly begin living their lives to the fullest. In reality, the opposite is true. Life truly begins only when you fully and unconditionally dedicate yourself to your own individual mission. Only then, as a natural consequence of your inner work and outer manifestation, can the twin flame union become a beautiful reflection of your fulfilled destiny, rather than a desperate substitute or an escape from your own responsibility. The third trial: healing all karmic relationships. The path to the coveted twin flame union is vigilantly guarded by echoes of the past, energetic imprints of previous experiences. You cannot fully and harmoniously merge with your twin flame as long as fragments of former lovers, unhealed traumas from past relationships, and unresolved karmic contracts or debts remain active in your personal energy field, your aura, and your subconscious. These relationships, often characterized by great intensity and passion, but also significant pain and suffering, are not accidental. They are, in fact, sacred initiations, soul lessons designed to mercilessly, yet lovingly, show you your own shadow aspects, tendencies towards codependency, unhealthy attachments to others, a deeply rooted feeling of unworthiness of love and happiness, or patterns of emotional dependence on external validation. These experiences are not punishments from a higher power, but rather opportunities for deep cleansing and growth. Healing a karmic bond does not necessarily mean forgetting the person or situation, erasing them from memory. It primarily means fully integrating the experience gained, understanding its deeper meaning and lessons, without continuing to carry the emotional baggage of resentment, regret, or anger. It means reclaiming all your energy that was unhealthily entangled and blocked in these relationships, and with deep respect for what was experienced, yet with clear intention, energetically closing the door on the past. This process requires profound inner alchemy, the courage to fully feel all suppressed pain, to honestly analyze and understand recurring patterns of behavior and thought that led to these situations, and finally, to consciously decide to rise above them, to choose a new, healthier path. No true and lasting twin flame union can flourish and prosper if unresolved emotional debris and energetic blockages from the past are present in the energy field of one or both partners. The soul must, above all, be free, cleansed of old deposits. True, divine union occurs only between two sovereign, whole beings, two souls who have bravely passed through the fire of transformation, burned away all their illusions about themselves and the world, and humbly returned to their original wholeness and divine essence. when all significant karmic wounds are healed and lessons integrated. You no longer desperately seek your twin flame to fix what is supposedly broken within you, to fill your inner emptiness, or to save you from loneliness. You seek them, or rather, attract them, as a perfect mirror of your own inner radiance, your own strength and beauty, not as your crutch or salvation. And it is in this sacred space of inner purity, transparent, radiant, unconstrained by old bonds and expectations, that the divine principle finally allows the sacred reunion to occur. Not because you desperately need it, but because you are finally, after a long and arduous journey, truly ready for it. This unique and transformative path was chosen by your soul even before its first earthly breath, before entering its current incarnation. It is deeply encoded in your spiritual DNA, inscribed in your soul contract with the universe. You cannot beseech the stars to move faster in your favor. You cannot manipulate fate in any way to reveal itself to you before its true, divinely timed moment. Every apparent delay on this path, every period of silence and separation from your twin flame, every painful detachment, these are not punishments or failures. They are, in fact, divine recalibrations, subtle course corrections for your soul, leading you closer to your true self. The mirror will return to you when you are truly whole, when you reflect the love you seek. For the flame never chases. The flame simply burns, illuminating all around it, and by its very essence becomes what it is. May this understanding be your greatest strength. May it be your deepest inner peace.